Hey, this is Ryan of Happy, Healthy, Vegan. Well, Unnatural Vegan's back at it again. She recently made a video calling out some popular female vegan YouTubers like Freelee, Raw Kristina, even Essena ONiell.
Some, possibly many, vegans are not getting enough overall protein in general.
Unnatural Vegan says she's quite concerned that, potential new vegans will have big problems following these protein deficient diets.
The idea that some people could be watching them and learning how to go vegan by watching their videos and following what they're eating and doing a similar type of diet, that's a problem.
And she says many people even quit their vegan diets because they don't get enough protein.
Of course, one of the things we hear from ex-vegans is that they had cravings for certain foods. And, it could be possible that those cravings are because they simply weren't eating enough protein.
So I'm making this video because a lot of you guys wrote us, confused, wanting a response. So basically, is Unnatural Vegan right? Is she and Dr. Stork right that we should always be concerned about getting all these sources of protein? Unnatural Vegan cites a couple vegan dietitians that I've never heard before and are coming up with how much protein vegans really need. They claim vegans need a little more protein because supposedly plant protein isn't as well digested as animal food. Well, I've not heard that before, and unfortunately don't provide any footnotes for us to kind of check that out, but who cares? Let's give them that.
Possibly even a bit more than that. There is evidence that erring on the side of more protein, 1 to 1.1 grams of protein per kilogram of healthy body weight per day for adults, is a good idea. So I'm going to go with the 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. So again, ideal 128 pounds for me, which would be 58 kilograms, which would mean 58 grams of protein per day.
So using that standard of 58 grams of protein per day for these ladies, let's see how these YouTube ladies did. Well, Essena ONiell did pretty well off 2,000 calories. She got 46.7 grams, still over 10 grams short. Raw Kristina got 43.3 grams. And Freelee, the banana girl, an alarmingly low 38.9 grams on 2,800 calories.
Lacking in several essential amino acids and in overall protein.
So how did Unnatural Vegan do? Well, she had the huge advantage of cherry picking her preferred day and what she ate in a day video of her own.
Here is what I ate for my last What I Ate Today, September 28th, I believe. So I ate about 2,000 calories, 2,026 calories, yet I got 84 grams of protein.
That's 17% calories from protein, pretty hardcore. So I really wanted to see if she's really getting all that much protein, which I think is way too much, by the way, on a day not of her choosing. So I picked a September 6th What She Ate in a Day video. I picked it because she went into a lot of detail, giving measurements for the ingredients, even a complete soup recipe. So anyway, I used that and I did exactly what she did for the YouTube girls. I plugged all the food and got the calories, got that plugged into chronometer.com to get all the information. So here's what happened. As always, she began her day with coffee, almond milk, and Splenda. That's a great example for new vegans, but I'm not going to even talk about that. Then she had some bread with avocado and tomatoes. Then some oatmeal with raisins, almond milk, and some peanut butter, ground flax, and more Splenda. And then she had some papaya, and then some potato vegetable soup, which she left the recipe for. And since it made so much, I did what she suggested to do, which was divide that by 2, halve it basically to get the right amount for 1 serving. And she also mentioned a quick footnote. She had some rice with the soup, so I included that as well. And then she finished the day off with a bowl of chickpeas, zucchini, and bell peppers. So once all entered into Chronometer, out comes the calories and the amount of protein. She got a mere 49 grams of protein. Mere, I say, that's a good amount. That's what Essena ONiell was getting, more or less. But it's 15% shy of her goal of 58 grams, her minimum goal, and a far cry from the 84 grams she got on her self-selected day. I'll just say this. If you're going to make a video calling out other YouTubers for not getting enough protein, and you yourself aren't even really getting close to that amount on your What You Ate in a Day videos, you gotta be really careful. So with that taken care of, let's get back to Unnatural Vegan's main claim that these vegan YouTube ladies aren't getting enough protein. Well, let's look at Freelee, since she had the lowest amount, and she's been a vegan for over 8 years now. Well, last year she made a video showing her blood test results. So you'd think, if Freelee were deficient in protein, after 7.5 years, it would manifest itself maybe into bad blood test results.
There's my total protein. Bam, 72. No issues at all. There's no protein deficiency in my body, folks. After 7.5 years as a vegan, so there's no problem at all. Don't worry, you're gonna get your protein.
Oh well, if her blood tests are okay, maybe protein deficiency is showing up in her, her fitness, like she's not getting enough protein to rebuild her muscles. No, take a look, she's a very fit, athletic cyclist, showing absolutely no signs of not getting enough protein. Remember, Unnatural Vegan was concerned that new vegans watching these girls like Freelee would have a problem because they wouldn't be getting enough protein. Well, having perfect blood tests and being a super fit, healthy cyclist, that's not a problem. Could it be that Freelee and these other girls, all of them are getting enough protein? Well, the World Health Organization recommends that men and women obtain 5% of their calories as protein, 6% if you're pregnant. This would mean 38 grams of protein for a man, that needs 3,000 calories a day, and 29 grams for a woman using 2,300 calories a day. 29 grams of protein for a woman is the recommendation. Freelee is getting 39 grams, which seem low, but that's a 25% safety margin over and above the World Health Organization's minimum. But remember, Unnatural Vegan is citing these unknown dietitians to me. I don't know who they are. I know who the World Health Organization is, but these dietitians of hers recommend a whopping 58 grams. I mean, who are these people, and why is Unnatural Vegan siding with them over other more reputable sources? I ask that question because it's not like more is better when it comes to protein, because excess protein intake has been linked to disease. As Dr. McDougall reminds us, unlike fat, protein cannot be stored. When it's consumed in excess of our needs, protein is broken down mostly by the liver and partly by the kidneys and muscles. Consumption in excess of our needs overworks the liver and kidneys. It can cause accumulation of toxic protein byproducts. It's funny, just a couple days ago I did another episode on the doctors, Travis Stork and them. They're obsessed with protein.
What's crazy is cheese has gotten a bad rap. But if you look at cheese is actually a really good source of protein.
Dairy milk is a significant source of protein.
And so is Unnatural Vegan. All of them have this obsession where we need to get enough protein. It's this rare nutrient that's super hard to find. If we don't get it, we're going to get sick really quickly. Nonsense. Eat a bunch of whole food plants, eat enough calories, eat till you're plenty full, and then you won't have to worry about where do you get your protein. It's just going to happen naturally. So that's all I got to say about this topic. Post your questions and comments down below. What do you think of Unnatural Vegan? Why is she still like mainstream non-vegan Americans who fear about
where do you get your protein?
But where do you get your protein from?
None of us are in danger of protein deficiency, even Freelee with her dangerously low 38 grams of protein per day. So post down below, what do you think about this? If you got something out of this video, like you learned about protein, hit the like button and share this with a friend who's worried about where do you get your protein at? And if you're new to our channel, hit the subscribe button for more from me and Anji. And go to our website and get some more t-shirts, fresh, hot off the presses. So until next time, guys, keep it carb and keep it rational.
Where do you get your protein?
Where do you get your protein? You gotta get your protein.